Hey guys, David Burns. Good to be with you again. I'm out here in the shop putting together some beehives here and getting ready for spring. And wow, I'll tell you what, this morning it was cold again. I know I keep saying that almost every video I make. I keep saying, where is spring? Why is it turn off so cold? And it was 23 degrees this morning when I got up. And I thought it was just maybe me here in Illinois. I thought, well, maybe it's just cold here, you know. But then I started checking around in southern states, and it was amazing. Some of the states down south were actually colder than I was. I checked some temperatures in Tennessee. Man, they were colder than me in Tennessee. And just talked to a B Team 6 member out in, I think, Virginia. And boy, he said it was in the 20s last night as well. And I think all of us got really excited, didn't we? When it kind of warmed up a little bit, and we were like, split the hive, start raising queens. And we were like pumped up and ready to go, you know. But then we were like, nope, a little bit too early on that. We're not going to get that going on. So everybody was like, shoot, I was like ready to split hives. I was ready to make some queens. And then this cold weather hit. My bees, I don't know what they're thinking, but boy, they've been locked up now for quite a little while. But it'll be all right. It'll warm up again. Hey, I wanted to tell you guys something. And I'm excited about some of these new hives that I'm going to try this year. I'm going to try Flow Hive. If you haven't heard my video, me talking about my Flow Hive, I decided to bite the bullet and do the Flow Hive thing. And I know they're expensive. You've heard me complain about how expensive the Flow Hives are. And that's kind of the major reason I don't like to... I didn't ever buy one. I just thought they were too darn expensive, because you start thinking about all the other lumber or things that I could buy instead of the Flow Hive. And it was like, man, I could save a ton of money and it would be great. But I decided to bite the bullet and buy one. I'm going to tell you more about it. But when I put these together, sometimes when I've bought different equipment from different companies, when I put these together right here, if they don't cut them right, this chunk will break off. Isn't that frustrating? And so you have to kind of be careful about not going overboard, getting them locked together. But I wasn't sure where to buy the Flow Hive at. I thought, well, maybe I'll get it on Amazon, because I don't know much about the Flow Hive people. I think they are in Australia or somewhere. So when I started looking online, looks like I was going to have to order it on their website, but I'm sure they have local places. I'm sure of that here in the U.S., but it made me worry because I want to start it this spring, you know. Anyway, so I wrote them on their website, and I said, hey, I'd like to buy a Flow Hive. That doesn't line up real good. It's not, that's a little off right there. Darn it. Shoot. And it's locked in there. I don't think I can correct that. And I won't tell you what company this is from, but that does not line up. But I wrote them and I said, is it better to buy a Flow Hive on your website or through Amazon? You know, Amazon, I can get the thing this week. So I don't know when I'm going to get it if I order it off them. So they wrote me back. I don't like the way that doesn't line up. Come on. And they emailed me back and said, oh, you know, we want to give you a Flow Hive for exchange of you being a content creator for beekeeping on YouTube. So we'll just give it to you for free. You know, we'll let you have it in exchange of videos. Now, wait a minute. I immediately emailed them back and I said, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pay full price. That's just the way I am. I don't know. I don't feel like just because I create beekeeping content for you guys that I should get freebies. And and I decided to get a horizontal hive, you know. Contacted that company and I said, hey, I'd like to get one of your horizontal hives. I love your work. Great hives. And they said, okay, if you'll pay for shipping and a tiny bit of labor, we'll take a big discount, and because we know who you are, and we'd love for you to feature our horizontal hive, and we won't make you pay full price. I was like, nope, come on. And I said, I'm paying full price. I believe companies like this horizontal hive company, they're a small family company. Why would I want a discount? Why would I take away money, their profit, just because I make YouTube videos? I don't understand that. I really don't. And so I said, nope, I'm paying full price. And, whoop, that's going at an angle. I got to start over there. So I told them I was paying full price. I'll pay full price for it. Because I said, you deserve to be paid for your expertise and for your time, your effort. And I don't know, I felt like that's the right thing to do. And it was funny because they emailed me back and they said, you're the first content creator who has ever not wanted a discount for running one of our boxes. Now let me say, I think it's fine if a content creator, hey, if you want to do a little bargaining and exchanging, because it is valuable to somebody that has a YouTube video to have your product in front of their audience. That's worth something. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's not me. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of you may be thinking, well, if you take money, then you can't really talk negative about it if you don't like it, if you review it, right? I think that's probably true. On the other hand, it's funny because some people will say, no, I'm going to see a review of it. They'll say something like, this product was given to me by free to review, blah, blah, blah. I get to keep it, paid promotion, all that. And then they talk about all the great things about whatever it is. And then at the end, they kind of feel like they need to say something not so positive. So they always give a few little, cons, pros and cons. Well, a few cons but they're always softball. You know what I mean? Like, it's too bad it doesn't come in yellow. It's like, really? That's all you can find negative about it? So I'm not saying that I will have more freedom to talk negative about it if I don't pay full price. I'm just saying that I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you still can't, give it an honest review if you don't pay for it. My position is I just want to help somebody out that's running a business. I kind of know what that's like, and I don't want to be responsible for stealing away some of their profit that they ordinarily make just because I run a YouTube channel. I don't really need that now. I like to glue this really well. There's no reason I started to glue these top parts, but I feel like I need to glue up around these edges pretty good. And get all these little finger joints all coated pretty good with some of this glue, exterior glue. But I wanted to let you know too that I'm excited about running these hives, and kind of wanted to do it for you guys so that you could see different hives. A lot of you have been asking me about horizontal hives, and a lot of you have been asking me about laden hives. You've been asking me about what I think about those. There's a lot of good information out there from you guys telling me what you think of all these different hives that we should try. But I want to just say it right now. I want to go on the record right now of if I think that if you're starting, I feel, my opinion, and by all means, my opinion is just my opinion. It ain't worth nothing. But I feel like if you're starting out brand new to beekeeping, why not start with a regular kind of a Langstroth hive? You know what I mean? Just get your feet wet. Just like when you start swimming, it's nice to start swimming in a shallow pool where you can put your feet on the bottom if you start feeling like you can't do it. I just feel like we ought to start with a regular Langstroth hive, and that way you can get your feet wet. And beekeeping, you can kind of figure out beekeeping, right? When you get a little more experience, Then you can experiment, like I'm going to do, with a few other type of hives. You're not obligated to learn beekeeping from a hive box that maybe your mentor doesn't even know anything about. Somebody might say, well, I've never ran a hive like that, I can't help you. But if you start out in beekeeping with a Langstroth hive, then you have the ability to really put some time in understanding bee biology, colony biology, in beekeeping. You can do that really well in a very traditional box. I'm not saying you can't do it in other boxes, but it just seems like to me be a lot better to do it in a box that you're not only familiar with, but people around you can help you out too, because they feel like they're thinking, okay, I can help you in a Langstroth box. I don't know, sometimes I feel like I can't get this smashed down. Maybe it is smashed down good enough, but I'm gonna try to put a little more pressure down on, get that locked in there. All right, get my weight on it. That way I can get it at least going as tight as I can. I just don't like the way this box lines up. It doesn't fit perfectly good like I like them to. That's too bad. Yeah, but I think everybody should really start with a Langstroth, traditional Langstroth hive. It's not a deal breaker for me. If you don't want to, because you want to kind of have fun with some other stuff, good for you. Do what you want, right? It's like I said, it's just my opinion. I just feel like if you can start with something you're familiar with and other people are familiar with as well, then you might start off with a better traditional type hive. This hammer, by the way, is a hammer that I think I've told you about, but I have built thousands of bee boxes with this hammer. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. I love this hammer. It gives me a lot of control when I'm pounding nails in. I can tilt the head just right, guide that nail right where I want it to go. Yeah, I didn't really start out being a carpenter, but I'll tell you what, you get into beekeeping, man, you get pretty darn good at woodworking. Pretty fast. Sometimes you have to build boxes in a hurry, you know. And so when I first started beekeeping, places did not build boxes. Everything came unassembled. You had to build your own things. You had to build your own frames. Heck, I think hives even came, you know, nails, hammers, everything. And you just had to do it all yourself. But then as time went on, people started selling things that were already built. And people, ooh, that felt bad. What happened? Yep, she popped out of the bottom, but we're gonna let that go. I could tell it eased up on me. There we go. People started being a little too busy to build stuff. Like, you know, when I was younger, when I was growing up, a lot of people had gardens. But as I got older in my 20s and 30s and 40s, not as many people had gardens anymore because everybody was busy working, you know. So, but boy, in the old days, you know, leave a comment below, but in the old days, a lot of people had gardens. It was just one of those things. Even people in the city had gardens, you know. So kind of that way with beekeeping. Boxes used to come assembled and everybody had to build everything. You know, before there was plastic foundation, this is great for you new beginners you're starting now. In the old days, we didn't have plastic foundation. And so we actually had to wire in our wax foundation. And the reason we did that, because the wax would get warm on a sunny day, warm summer day, and the wax, if you didn't have wires in it, ooh, it just fall out. But boy, today with all the plastic foundation and everything, whew, makes beekeeping kind of easy, doesn't it? Man, it takes a lot of nails. I'm using 8-penny nails. I think they're 8-penny. They're called cement nails. They got a little finishing on them, a little finish on them, so that when you pound them in there, they get warm and they kind of sink and grab better. But it's a joy to work with your hands, isn't it? To build stuff like this. I have a lot of fun in the shop building stuff all the time. Did you catch that? That nail was wanting to go this way, and I kept hitting it that way, trying to push it that. I got it to go where I wanted it to. As you drive them in, you can kind of tell where they're going to go, and if you don't do it just right, they're going to come out in funny places, like out the front here on the inside or something. Anyway, back to hives, back to the Flow Hive. I thought it was very generous of the Flow Hive company to offer me a free $1,000 hive. Very generous, very generous. But I'm glad that I had the opportunity just to say thanks, but no thanks. I want to pay for it myself. They deserve the money too. Did I get them all? Boy, that went faster than I thought. All right, guys, I got to quit talking and get back to work, build more of these boxes. But if you'd like more videos like this, I got a whole bunch of them in inventory in my channel here. Just feel free to take a look and watch them all. Love to have you see all my videos. I got a good video if you're new to beekeeping and you're wondering about how to inspect your hive, how to go about looking for different things when you do an inspection. I got a great video right here. I'll see you over there, and I want to take this phone call. Hi, this is David. Hello?
Hello?
Yep.
Hello, this is the National Police.
Oh, spam calls. Why?